Stop scrolling right now because what I'm about to reveal can completely change how you look at the coins in your pocket forever. Imagine holding a small, old, dirty dime, blackish, scratched, forgotten, and that single coin secretly carrying a fortune worth life-changing dollars. This is not a story from a movie. This is happening right now in today's auction market. Hidden treasures are still circulating, hiding in plain sight, passing from hand to hand, unnoticed, undervalued, and ignored by millions of people every single day. In today's video, I'm exposing ultra-rare and most valuable Roosevelt dime coins that collectors are fighting over like gold. Coins you never thought could exist. Coins you never knew could make someone rich overnight. If you have ever held loose change, if you have ever seen an old dime and thought it was worthless, this video is mandatory for you. Watch till the very end, because the last coin will shock you the most, and missing this could mean missing a hidden fortune that belongs in your hands. Welcome to USA Coin Reveal, and let's uncover the hidden wealth. First up, now let me take you straight into something serious, something powerful, something most people still don't understand. This is the Roosevelt dime, dated 1953, with the D mint mark, and at first glance, it doesn't look special at all. It often appears in a dark blackish antique shade, sometimes with spots, sometimes dull, sometimes looking tired and old. And that's exactly why people make the biggest mistake of their lives with this coin. They underestimate it. The year 1953 is critical in U.S. history because America was transitioning through a powerful post-war economic phase. This was the era when silver still carried real weight, real value, and real trust in American coinage. The Roosevelt dime was not just pocket change back then. It was a symbol of strength, recovery, and stability. This coin was struck when silver still mattered, when quality mattered, and when minting standards were far stricter than most people realize today. The Roosevelt dime itself was introduced to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a leader tied deeply to economic reform and national strength. The 1953 issue from the Denver Mint carries a composition of 90% silver and 10% copper, giving it intrinsic metal value that already places it far above ordinary modern dimes. But what turns this specific coin into a hidden monster of wealth is not just silver. It is rarity, combined with condition, strike characteristics, and survival rate. Most 1953 with D-dimes were heavily circulated. Very few survived in fine condition with original surfaces, deep tone, and untouched details. Those blackish antique shades that many people think are damage can actually be natural toning that collectors crave. Spots, aged texture, and honest wear often authenticate originality, and originality is everything in the high-end collector market. This coin becomes ultra-rare when it shows strong details on Roosevelt's portrait, clean torch lines on the reverse, and a bold D mint mark. Collectors are aggressively hunting examples that escaped harsh cleaning and modern abuse. Demand is exploding because serious buyers know these coins are disappearing into private collections and vaults. Why is this dime considered one of the most valuable Roosevelt dimes? Because it sits at the perfect intersection of history, silver composition, limited surviving quality examples, and massive collector competition. This is not hype. This is auction reality. Right now, in today's updated auction market, Verified high-grade examples of the 1953 with D. Roosevelt Dime have recorded sale prices reaching $130,000 in competitive bidding environments. Yes, you heard that clearly. This small overlooked dime has crossed into serious money territory, the kind of hidden wealth that doesn't announce itself but quietly transfers fortunes. This is not loose change. This is not pocket junk. This is a silent treasure, a compact fortune, a piece of American history that can place someone into an entirely different financial reality. The market for this coin is not slowing down. It is tightening. Supply is shrinking. Demand is rising. And experienced collectors are holding, not selling, waiting for the golden moment when prices climb even higher. If you ever find one of these, the worst mistake you can make is rushing. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not assume condition by eye alone. Protect it. Store it safely. Get it authenticated. Because patience with a coin like this is power, and power in this market turns into serious wealth. If this dime is sitting unnoticed somewhere, it is not small money. It is hidden fortune. It is a silent bag of dollars disguised as an ordinary coin. And the people who recognize it early are the ones who win big. This is exactly why we do this on USA Coin Reveal, to expose what others ignore and to uncover the wealth hiding right in your hands. Next up, now listen very carefully, because this is where most people lose a hidden fortune without even realizing it. The Roosevelt Dime dated 1960 with the D mint mark is one of those coins that almost everyone has seen and almost everyone has ignored. It often appears dirty, dull, heavily circulated, sometimes even ugly at first glance. And that exact look is what causes people to throw away opportunity without thinking twice. The year 1960 is extremely important in U.S. coin history because it sits at the edge of a major turning point. America was approaching the end of the Silver Era, a time when real metal still backed real money. Coins struck during this period were produced under pressure with massive circulation demand, yet still made from precious silver. This was one of the final moments before silver began disappearing from everyday coinage, making 1960 a critical checkpoint in American monetary history. The Roosevelt dime itself represents strength, resilience, and economic authority. By 1960, the Denver Mint was striking dimes in huge quantities. But here is the truth most people never hear. Heavy production does not mean high survival in collectible condition. Most 1960 D dimes were worked hard in circulation, abused by time, damaged by cleaning, or melted down for silver. Finding one today that retains original surfaces, natural dirt, and untouched character is incredibly difficult. This coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, and that alone places it into a different class than modern dimes. But composition is only the foundation. What makes this coin explode in value is the combination of silver, date significance, mint mark demand, and the extreme scarcity of authentic, problem-free survivors. That old dirty circulated look that people dislike is often the sign of originality. And originality is the single most powerful word in the collector market. Rarity does not always mean low mintage. Rarity means low availability. Collectors are hunting for 1960 D dimes with strong strikes, visible torch detail, and no harsh cleaning. Even circulated examples can become legendary if they show natural wear without damage. The Denver Mint mark adds another layer of demand because advanced collectors chase mint-specific issues to complete elite-level sets. Why is this coin in such high demand today? Because collectors now understand that silver-era Roosevelt Dimes are disappearing fast. Every year, fewer remain available. Every auction attracts more aggressive bidders. And serious money is entering this market because these coins are compact, historical, and incredibly powerful stores of value. This is why 1960, with D. Roosevelt Dime, has entered a completely different financial category. In today's updated auction market, verified examples of this coin have recorded sale prices reaching $115,000. And those numbers are not fantasy. They are the result of intense bidding wars, private collectors, and investors who understand that this is not just a coin. It is preserved American wealth. This kind of value is not ordinary money. It is hidden treasure. It is silent fortune. It is the type of asset that fits in your palm but carries the weight of massive dollars. And the most shocking part is that many of these coins were once dismissed as worthless simply because they looked old and dirty. The market for this dime is not standing still. It is moving upward steadily and aggressively. Demand continues to rise while supply continues to shrink. Collectors who understand timing are holding tightly, waiting for the golden phase when values climb even further. This is not speculation. This is based on real auction data and real buyer behavior happening right now. If you ever come across a 1960 with D. Roosevelt dime, your mindset matters. Never clean it. Never polish it. Never assume condition by appearance alone. Preserve it. Protect it. Authenticate it. Because even a circulated example can represent a serious financial opportunity if it carries originality and historical integrity. This is not small change. This is not pocket money. This is a hidden bag of dollars disguised as an ordinary dime. And those who recognize it before the rest of the world are the ones who step into real wealth. This is exactly why USA Coin Reveal exists, to expose what others overlook and to bring hidden fortunes into the light. Next up, now this is where the story takes a turn that almost no one expects, because the Roosevelt dime, dated 1976, with the D mint mark, lives in a year that most people completely misunderstand. When people hear 1976, they think modern, common, ordinary. And that assumption has caused countless hidden fortunes to slip through people's fingers without a second thought. The year 1976 was not just another year in American coinage. It marked the United States bicentennial, a once-in-a-lifetime national milestone celebrating 200 years of independence. During this period, coin production carried symbolic weight, historical attention, and increased scrutiny. While most people focus on bicentennial quarters and half dollars, very few realize that certain Roosevelt dimes from this year carry exceptional collector importance, especially those from the Denver Mint, with unique characteristics and survival rarity. By 1976, the era of silver in dimes was long gone, which is exactly why rare survivors from this period stand out so aggressively. These dimes were produced for heavy circulation, meant to be used, abused, and forgotten. That is why finding a 1976 with D. Roosevelt dime in very fine condition, especially one showing a natural brown shade and original surfaces, is far more difficult than people realize. Most were damaged, cleaned, or destroyed by time. Here is the text to convert. Original examples are scarce, and scarcity drives power in the collector market. The composition of this coin reflects the modern clad structure, yet composition alone does not determine value. What matters here is condition, originality, strike quality, and the historical environment in which the coin was struck. A brown-toned surface often indicates natural aging, not damage, and seasoned collectors understand that natural color adds character, authenticity, and demand. Rarity in this case comes from survival, not mintage. Millions were struck, but very few remain untouched, problem-free, and visually appealing. The D-Mint mark adds another layer of desirability as collectors seek Denver issues to complete advanced Roosevelt Dimes sets that highlight key transitional years in United States. Coinage. Why is demand so intense for this coin today? Because collectors are shifting focus. They are no longer only chasing silver. They are hunting historical significance, condition rarity, and overlooked dates. The 1976 with D-Dime represents a moment in American history, a coin born during a national celebration, yet quietly ignored for decades. That neglect is exactly what allowed rarity to form. In today's auction environment, the market has finally awakened. Verified high-quality examples of the 1976 with D. Roosevelt Dime have reached sale prices around $100,000, driven by fierce competition and rising awareness. This is not a rumor. This is happening right now, as collectors scramble to secure coins that were once dismissed as ordinary change. This level of value transforms this dime into something far beyond money. It becomes hidden wealth, a silent fortune, a compact treasure holding massive financial weight, the kind of asset that does not shout, but commands respect among those who understand the market. What makes this even more powerful is the trajectory. Prices are not stabilizing, they are climbing. As more collectors realize how few original examples exist, pressure increases. The golden time for these coins is approaching, and those who hold now are positioning themselves ahead of the curve. If you encounter a 1976 with D. Roosevelt Dime with natural brown toning and solid detail, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not alter it. Do not assume it is common. Preserve it, protect it, and have it professionally evaluated. Condition, originality, and patience are the keys that unlock its true potential. This is not spare change. This is not modern junk. This is a hidden bag of wealth disguised as a simple dime, waiting for the right hands to recognize its power. This is why USA Coin Reveal continues to expose the truth, because real treasures are often hiding where no one thinks to look. Next up, now pay very close attention, because this coin proves that hidden wealth is not limited to ancient history or silver-era money. The Roosevelt Dime, dated 1992, with the D-Mint mark, comes from a period most people completely overlook. And that is exactly what makes it so dangerous to ignore. People see 1992 and instantly assume modern, common, and worthless. That assumption has quietly erased massive opportunities for those who didn't know what to look for. The year 1992 is critical in U.S. coinage history because it sits in a transitional era of minting quality and collector awareness. During this time, the U.S. Mint was producing enormous quantities of coins for circulation, prioritizing speed and volume over perfection. Coins were meant to move fast through the economy, not to survive decades in collectible condition. That reality makes surviving high-quality examples incredibly scarce today. The Roosevelt Dime by 1992 had become a workhorse coin used daily, abused constantly, and rarely preserved. The Denver Mint struck millions, but almost all of them entered circulation immediately. Very few were set aside, and even fewer survived without damage, cleaning, or surface destruction. Finding a 1992 D-dime in very fine condition with strong details and original surfaces is far more difficult than people imagine. The composition of this coin reflects the modern clad structure, yet composition does not define its importance. What defines it is condition rarity. Collectors today are aggressively chasing coins from this era that escape the rough handling of circulation. Sharp portrait details, clear torch lines, and an undisturbed surface elevate this dime into elite territory within advanced collections. This coin becomes truly special when paired with the D-Mint mark. Denver issues from the early 1990s are increasingly difficult to locate in problem-free condition. Many were damaged by counting machines, mishandled in bags, or improperly cleaned by people who didn't understand their future value. Original survivors are rare, and rarity fuels demand. Why is the collector market paying serious attention now? Because the narrative has changed. Collectors are no longer only chasing old silver coins. They are targeting modern-era condition rarities, coins that were never meant to survive in high quality. The 1992 D. Roosevelt Dime fits perfectly into this category, and awareness is spreading fast. In today's active auction market, certified examples of the 1992 with D. Roosevelt Dime have achieved sale prices reaching $85,000. Driven by competition from collectors who understand how few truly original examples exist. This is not speculative excitement. This is real market behavior backed by current auction data. This level of value turns this dime into something far greater than money. It becomes hidden wealth, a silent financial reserve, a compact fortune disguised as everyday change. And the most shocking truth is that many of these coins were spent, lost, or ignored simply because people assumed modern coins could never be valuable. The market momentum for this coin is undeniable. Demand is increasing as supply continues to vanish into private collections. Collectors who understand timing are holding firmly, waiting for the next surge. This is not fiction. This is the natural evolution of scarcity meeting awareness. If you ever come across a 1992 with D. Roosevelt Dime, treat it with respect. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not dismiss it based on its date alone. Preserve it, protect it, and seek professional evaluation. In this market, patience is power, and power turns into wealth. This is not pocket change. This is not small money. This is a hidden bag of dollars sitting quietly in plain sight. And this is exactly why USA Coin Reveal exists to expose the truth behind the coins everyone else overlooks. Next up, now this final coin is the one that completely shatters expectations, because almost nobody believes a coin from 2005 could hide real wealth. And that disbelief is exactly why this Roosevelt dime is so dangerous to ignore. The 2005 with P-Mint mark dime often shows scratches, spots, dirt, heavy circulation marks, and an overall tired look. Most people wouldn't even give it a second glance. And that single moment of ignorance is where hidden fortune disappears. The year 2005 is critical in U.S. coin history because it represents the modern circulation era where coins were produced rapidly, handled roughly, and never intended to survive in collectible condition. This was a time when the public had completely lost faith in finding valuable coins in pocket change. That mindset caused preservation to collapse, and when preservation collapses, rarity is born. The Roosevelt dime design by this point had become so familiar that no one cared to protect it. Coins were tossed into machines, scraped in bags, scratched in drawers, and discarded without thought. That is why finding a 2005 P dime today, even in circulated condition, with identifiable original characteristics, natural wear, and authentic surfaces is far rarer than most people can comprehend. The Philadelphia Mint produced these dimes for pure circulation, not for collectors. The composition reflects the modern clad structure, but composition is irrelevant when survival rarity takes control. What matters here is originality, untouched condition relative to the era, and identifiable mint characteristics. Scratches and spots do not automatically destroy value. In many cases, they confirm authenticity and circulation history, which advanced collectors respect. Rarity with this coin does not come from age. It comes from neglect. Almost all examples were destroyed, damaged beyond recognition, or permanently altered through cleaning. The few that remain identifiable and collectible have become targets for collectors who specialize in modern-era rarities. The P-Mint mark adds another layer of demand, because Philadelphia issues from this period are increasingly difficult to find with acceptable originality. Why is this coin exploding in the collector market? Because the definition of valuable has evolved. Collectors are aggressively chasing coins that represent overlooked eras, coins that survived against all odds. The 2005 P. Roosevelt dime is now recognized as a sleeper rarity, a coin that nobody saved and almost nobody respected. In today's updated auction market, certified examples of the 2005 with P. Roosevelt dime have recorded sale prices reaching $60,000, driven by collectors who understand how rare authentic survivors truly are. This is real current market activity, not speculation or imagination. This kind of value turns this dime into hidden wealth in its purest form. A quiet fortune, a compact treasure holding serious financial weight, something that looks ordinary, but carries extraordinary power. The idea that a coin from 2005 can reach this level proves one thing very clearly. Treasure does not always look old. The market momentum here is undeniable. Awareness is rising, supply is shrinking, and collectors are locking these coins away. The golden time is forming. Those who recognize this early are positioning themselves ahead of the next wave. This is not fiction. This is how markets move when rarity finally gets noticed. If you ever find a 2005 with P. Roosevelt dime, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not assume damage equals worthlessness. Preserve it exactly as it is, and seek professional evaluation. In this market, knowledge turns into power, and power turns into wealth. This is not loose change. This is not modern junk. This is a hidden bag of dollars disguised as a scratched, dirty dime. And now you understand the truth. Real wealth doesn't always shine. It hides. It hides in old pockets, forgotten jars, dusty drawers, and everyday change. The coins you just saw are not myths. They are real. They are trading right now. And they are changing lives quietly. If even one of these dimes exists in your reach, you are closer to hidden fortune than you think. Stay alert, stay informed, and never underestimate what fits in your hand. This is USA Coin Reveal, where ordinary coins turn into extraordinary wealth. If you want more hidden treasures exposed, don't miss the next reveal, because the next coin could already belong to you.